today we are back in my kitchen because we are doing another baking video, and I even have this apron on because I'm trying to get a little bit fancier, you know, make it look a little bit more professional, even though I'm not a professional at all. So today we are going to be making a pink lemonade cake, which I am so excited for because pink lemonade just like screams summer to me, spring/summer. I'm actually making this for Mother's Day, so I'm gonna give it to my cute little mama, but I wanted to make it for you guys because I think it's just gonna be one of those really aesthetically pleasing cakes, and so I was like, why not film it and make it even more aesthetically pleasing? If you enjoy baking videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and then don't forget to let me know if there are any recipes you want to see. Just, you know, let me know down below. Let's start baking ourselves a pink lemonade cake. So first we are starting with the dry ingredients. So in this big bowl right here, I'm going to be putting some flour, 2 1/4 cups of flour. Now the recipe I'm using, I will have it linked down below, so it'll have all the ingredients, all the measurements, all that good stuff. I don't know if it has it in the metric system, but it for sure has it in the imperial. That's what we have, right? Imperial? I don't know. I just know it's confusing. And this gets really messy. That's okay. That's why you're wearing an apron, so you can make a mess and no one will care. Gotta have another cup. And now we need 1/4 of a cup. You know, I love baking, but then I hate cleaning up after myself. Alright, so now we have the flour in here, so I'm going to add the rising ingredients, which are some baking powder, some baking soda, and then also a little bit of salt. I'm just gonna very gracefully. And then taking a little fork, I'm going to go in and whisk that all together. No lumps of flour. Try to get it as not lumpy as possible. That is whisked, you are just going to set that aside and work on your wet ingredients. Make sure you have preheated your oven to 350 degrees, and then with the wet ingredients into my standing mixer, I'm going to add the butter. So you're just going to add that, and then you are just going to beat it on medium high for like 30 seconds to a minute. The sugar in a little bit at a time. This is a lot of sugar. Like, that is not getting you gains anytime soon. I mean, unless you're trying to gain a tummy, but whatever works for you. And now that you have beat all of that together for a long time and you have your crummy butter, you're now going to add your pink lemonade concentrate. So essentially pink lemonade is like lemonade with raspberry juice, but you want to use 1/4 cup of actual lemonade concentrate, pink lemonade concentrate, and you can just get it in cans. It's like in the frozen fruit section, and so you're going to add 1/4 cup of that into your mixture, along with a teaspoon of vanilla. I think I'm almost out of vanilla. Oh wait, I forgot to add the eggs. Well, we're going to add the eggs now, so you want to add the eggs one at a time, okay? I mean, you're supposed to do this before you add the lemonade and stuff, but we'll just go from here. And I've let my eggs sit until they're room temperature. It just makes it easier for them to blend into your mixture. Now we must put the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So I have the flour mixture right here, and then in this little cute little mason jar I got a certain amount of buttermilk. I don't remember how much, but we're going to do the same thing we always do, where we put some of the flour mixture in, put some of the buttermilk mixture in, mix it, and then keep doing that until all of it is nicely blended together. But you don't want to overmix it, so be careful. So we're gonna start with the flour mixture. I think I'll put about like half of it in. And we will scrape a little bit. And now adding some of the buttermilk to it. I'm going to put about half of the buttermilk in. Make it nice and thick, sheet thick. We got some cakes. Baking jokes. Very nice, very nice. Now the rest of the flour mixture goes in. If I seem more hyper than usual today, it's because I went to this Turkish coffee ceremony, and that coffee, like, I only had 2 sips of it because I don't even like coffee, but that coffee was so strong. Like, they leave the coffee beans grinded up in the coffee, and it's like so much caffeine. Way more than I'm used to. So now we mix again, and now the rest of the buttermilk. What it looks like. It is all nice and fluffy. But like, could you have a pink lemonade cake and not make it pink? No, I don't think so. So I have some gel food coloring. I have the red, but I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of that. And this is like super concentrated food coloring, so you only need like a tiny bit, but I want to make my batter a little pink. So I'm gonna put probably just like a little drop or 2 in there. And I'm just gonna keep adding food coloring until I get the pink that I want. So now we're gonna put the cake batter into the cake pans, and I'm using 8-inch pans. You can use like smaller ones if you want them a little bit smaller and taller, or you can use bigger ones if you want them a little flatter, but I think 8 inches will be perfect. And a hack that I have is you can roll up some parchment paper and kind of put it at the bottom of your pans, and this kind of just makes like little handles that you can use to lift out your cakes when they're done. So I just did that, and then I sprayed the pans, and now we're gonna try to, as evenly as we can, put the cake batter into the pans. We're just gonna stick them in the oven. Alrighty, so now that the cakes are baking, I'm gonna start on the frosting. Essentially, this frosting is gonna be a crap ton of powdered sugar, butter, and then a couple other things. Again, it's 1/3 cup of butter. And all the butter in this recipe is like the eggs. It's been thawed out for a little bit, just because it makes it easier to mix and blend with other stuff. So we're gonna beat this to it's ready to be mixed with other things. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm gonna add a cup of powdered sugar, and this is just the first cup out of like 4. That is all mixed together. It looks a little bit crumbly, and we don't want crumbly frosting. So we're gonna thin it out a little bit with some of our pink lemonade concentrate. Again, this is just using the canned one. It's just as stronger than regular pink lemonade. And then we're also going to use a little bit of vanilla extract. And now that it's nice and liquidy, we're gonna start adding the rest of the powdered sugars. What will you do if I keep that in the video?
No.
You said it! So it's 3 more cups that we're gonna add in, and I'm just gonna do like a cup at a time. So now that all of that is mixed up, we're gonna add a little bit more of the concentrate just to make it a little bit easier to spread. So it's gonna smooth it out just a little bit. And then to make the frosting a little bit pinker, you want to add more of the food coloring. So just add as much as you need. I put all the cake layers in the freezer for about 30 to 45 minutes. Now that they're cool and now that the frosting's done, we're going to do the fun part, which is assembling it. First, I'm going to start by putting a little bit of the frosting on there, just so the cake doesn't budge at all. And then you start by putting the first layer on there, frost it in the middle, and then add the second layer, frost it again, and keep going. Crumb coat, I'm going to just stick this in the freezer, and then I will be back to do another second layer of it. Now that the crumb coat has set, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go in with a second layer of frosting, and I actually made an extra batch of frosting just because I want to decorate it a little bit more, and I didn't think it would be enough. So you can always double the recipes of like frostings or the cakes depending on how you want to decorate your cake. So that's just a little tip. But now I'm gonna go in and frost the rest of the cake. Now I took the rest of the frosting and I just put it in this piping bag, and I'm just gonna put little dollops on top of the cake just to give it a little bit more of like something. I might put a little bit of like lemon slices. We'll see. We'll see. Final cake. I think it turned out really cute, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for any more baking videos or lifestyle videos. But now I'm gonna go to bed because it is almost 11 o'clock and I am exhausted. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.